Alright guys, today I'll be showing you every single motherfucking thing there is to know about e-whoring. That's right, no BS, straight to the point. Also doing a special deal somewhere in this video, so once you guys watch it all through, you'll know what it is. So, I'm just kind of already assuming that you guys have been watching my content, you know what e-whoring is and all that good stuff. It's all scattered information, so I just decided, why not make a full course, structured course from beginning to end. Yeah, make sure you guys take notes, listen up, because watching this can literally be the reasons why you guys are not profitable, and it's gonna save you a lot of headaches in the future. So yeah, so common questions I will get are how long it will take to actually make money from e-whoring. Unlike other niches or skills, you can literally make money in your first day. Even if you don't, it's not unusual. Personally, with me, it took some time for me to learn this, between trial and error and screenshotting everything. I'm here to help you speed up your learning curve. You guys could learn this on your own, but it will take a lot longer than having a person actually teaching you. So forget what everyone says. If anybody is qualified in teaching this, it's me. I show pretty much everything, my wins, doing some live e-whoring. Just make sure the people you're taking advice from, they actually post their results publicly, as well as their buyers' results. So I'm just going to go over quickly over, what to expect and how much you guys can realistically earn. As most of you know, and especially in the e-whoring community, there are a lot of people just giving out false information when they haven't made any money themselves from doing it. What you guys can expect when first starting out, just like anything, it's going to be confusing sometimes, or sometimes easy or frustrating. You guys might be lucky and, make money on your first day, but, it doesn't happen a lot, but it is possible. So the amount of money you guys can expect to make, if you guys watch all my videos, all my courses, if you watch all of it, you should be able to make 100 or a few hundred in your first week. I know it's not a lot, but I'm here just keeping it real with you guys. And, another thing is to keep track of all your conversations that you've made money from. It's basically just rinse and repeating the same strategy. Like a lot of people in my Discord will just have a slow week saying, they made no money. And 9 times out of 10, they're just doing some random crap. They'll ask for payment on the first day, and they'll be using just random chat sites, dating sites, just everything. First, you guys got to get good at one thing. Once you guys make money on Discord, you can move on to dating apps and so on. Another question is, what is the best method? If you look at my students' results, they take what I give them and they just kind of make it their own. No one really does this the same way. Everyone is a little different. Sometimes you just gotta experiment a little. I will add, it's also, having patience. Patience is a huge factor, whether or not you will make money or just quit altogether. Most of the people quit in the same day. Trick is, don't quit. I'm not saying spend the whole day doing this, but it is a skill that you guys will have to know, which is essentially social engineering, pretending to be someone you're not. The better you are at that, the more money you will make, possibly even more than me. Enough yapping, and we'll just go into it. First off, we're going to talk about traffic sources and bans. Just going to get right into it. First and foremost, here's a list of traffic sources we have, or I use. Dating apps, Discord, Chat Avenue, additional apps. As far as for dating apps, you guys will pretty much want to use all of them depending on where you live. Some of them might not be available. I will also warn, it's kind of harder to use them just because of all the extra stuff, you'll have to do on there, such as verifying your account. But, there are some that you don't have to do that, so you'll just have to download them and see. But, here's a list of dating apps that I personally use. Now, if you guys want to see live examples of me using these in real time, they're in the VIP package. But, there are some pros and cons of using these. Number one, a lot of them ban easily. Now, I'm going to show you guys a way to not fully avoid bans, but it can help. So what you guys will want to use to avoid bans is simply just having a fake number. Just text me or just any other phone app. You guys will also want to give out your phone number, so in case, like say if your account gets banned, you'll still have their contact. If you have a lot of people, you will just want to keep track of the numbers associated with who, so you guys don't get confused. Now, here's a list of apps you guys will need for e-whoring. Vencord, you guys will need Vencord. It's free. You can download it and send voice notes from your laptop. If you guys have the voice pack, it is absolutely essential for e-whoring. Text me, I highly recommend if you guys are using dating apps. Again, if you get banned, you'll still have their contact info. And I will say there are other phone number apps, but this is the one I personally use. I pay like 12 bucks a month for it. Super cheap. Nitro, I also recommend if you want to make your account look more legit so you guys don't look like a bot. As far as the dating app subscriptions, 9 times out of 10 these apps will have a subscription trial, but it might be different for you guys in other countries. So before you start any subscription trial, use the free version first and use as many apps as you possibly can. Now on to payment apps. Here's a list of them. I have them in order from best to worst. Cash App is the best one in my opinion. You guys can easily change the name on there. Yeah, and it doesn't get easily banned. Also, if people send money on there and they want a refund, it's like a whole process, and it likely won't happen. Not saying you should do that or scam them outright, because if you do a lot of it will get reported, so don't do that. Cash App is the best one in my opinion. If you guys aren't in the US, sucks to be you, but you know, there are some alternatives. Next we have is PayPal. PayPal is pretty much available to everyone. Have ran into a lot of issues. If it's a new account and you start receiving all these payments, you know, it can lock or freeze. Yeah, there's usually more problems with PayPal. If you guys want a PayPal that's fully verified and will never ban, I suggest you guys getting one of ours in the Discord. I don't sell them personally, but my vendor does, and he's really good for a reasonable price. Venmo, I don't use Venmo too often. I think it's only available in the US. I might be wrong, but you know, I don't really use it. Now we have Throne. I would say Throne is awesome because, you know, people can just buy gifts for you. You just put what you want on your wish list and people will buy it. I've seen people make thousands of dollars this way, literally. So, you know, some guy in my Discord, someone bought him a laptop for $1,000. Especially if you guys have a selling server, I would highly recommend opening a Throne account. Now crypto, I don't recommend. First off, when you guys ask for crypto, it sounds scammy. You know, I know people can't refund, but you know, that's the reason why it sounds scammy. I don't recommend using crypto at all. Now on to packs. If you guys don't know what a pack is, it's essentially, you know, the person you're portraying as. We have AI packs and real packs. If you guys are in the Discord, you guys can get the free pack. You could use it on Discord, but be aware, since it is a free pack, it's going to be really saturated. If you guys want a premium pack that's unsaturated with verifications, by the time this video is out, hopefully we will have the models in our VIP package. If you are using a free pack, it's not actually a model that we work with, so whatever she has as far as verifications, you know, that's all you're gonna get. Once we have the models in the VIP package, they will be able to make custom verifications for you, as well as ID verify you in Discord servers. So yeah, there's really no cons to that. As far as AI packs, you know, they can be really good. You know, the best AI software to make these, as well as video content, are comfy.ui and cling.ui. For voice notes, 11 Labs is really good, which you can do also voice cloning. I'm not going to get into all that because setting up everything, you know, it just make this video like hours and hours long. So if you guys want to learn about it, just search it up on YouTube. But yeah, I will have to say a lot of it is paid software, but it's really good because, you know, the video looks absolutely insane. Now we're going to get into verifications. What are they? So verification is basically just us proving that we're real and, you know, we're the person in the picture or the photo that you're talking to or they're talking to. Now there's a lot of verifications or stuff that will make you seem real. There's nitro, voice messages, hand verification, paper verification, you being verified in servers. So again, nitro is nice because, you know, basically if you have it, people don't really think you're a bot, and, you know, kind of makes your profile look all pretty, I guess. Voice messages, like I said before, if you have our voice pack, download Vencord and you guys can send voice messages. And verifications I don't really use because eventually they're going to ask you something that you can't really do at the moment, and even if you have your own model from the VIP package, they will not always be online to do it. So, you know, I stay away from usually hand verifications. Paper verifications could be good. We have the paper verification tool in our Discord if you need it. I say it's pretty good because most of the time you could just put down the name and date. All right, so getting traffic 101, if you guys know what this means, basically getting people to your selling server, or, you know, just getting people to DM or message you. So all of this I'm gonna just cover getting traffic on Discord. If you want some of these, just go in my Discord and just simply ask my people. Or you guys can go to Discord, just type down e-dating, and this is where most of the creeps are gonna be. Once you join, just simply post a pic in the selfies channel, or just type down, say for example, like DM for fun in the DM section. Simple as that. Do that on 5 to 10 different servers, and I promise you, start getting a lot of messages and DMs. And once they start doing that, you guys can send them your Discord selling server link, or, you know, your phone number. Now, if you guys are too lazy to do all this between getting in the servers, typing in all of them, we have a Discord traffic bot. Hopefully by the time this video is out, it will be fully automated. If not, it's probably still going to be in beta. So if you guys are lazy, get the Discord traffic bot. Now, how to filter out time wasters. You know, I'm going to link my video here. It explains it really well. So after you guys watch it, come back to this video and I'll actually put it in the link down below so you guys can see it first. Now we're gonna be talking about how to sell. Basically can be done in many ways. If you're on Discord, you can have a selling server and a buy ticket. So when people are looking at your menu and wanting to buy something, they will simply just open a ticket, and, you know, that's basically it. Now, if you guys don't have a selling server, you'll just want to talk to them for a few days, 2 to 3 days in my opinion. If you guys want to go in more detail with this, I have another free guide at my Discord that you should watch. But in short, 2 to 3 days works pretty well. You know, the conversation in between doesn't really have to be that long, just some short conversation. I'll actually show a few real examples here so you guys can see. Remember, you're the prize, so, you know, they need to be messaging you, and, you know, they need to be the desperate ones. Now again, selling servers, you know, if you want a template of them, we have free in the Discord. We don't charge a dime for them. All you gotta do is just add the bots, just like the buy ticket bot, and just, you know, just a nice welcome message. And those are pretty much the main ones that you will want. Now on to dating apps. Dating apps can be a whole different thing in itself. It's a lot different from Ewhoring on Discord from what I've seen. I get more frequent buyers on Discord, but they send less. Usually I'm selling low ticket on Discord, high ticket using dating apps. So if I were you, if I want the best results, you know, I would just have a selling server as well as using dating apps. Keep the people on the dating apps separate. What you're gonna do is, like I said before, you're gonna send a fake number. It's most of your conversation will likely be, but you know, you still have to talk with them a bit on the app. But you know, the end goal is just, you know, getting the number. As far as getting traffic on there, it's pretty easy. You know, just post your profile on there and that's it. If you guys are in the VIP, you can see real examples of this with me recording my screen, so you know, you can actually see everything. Some of the apps are slow, so you guys are just gonna have to test out and find which ones work best. Now, how to talk on these apps, basically you just want to talk to them, exchange numbers, but just, you know, just don't instantly send your number. And if you guys are using apps, you can charge them a lot more, since it's a bit more of like a relationship type thing with one or two people. Whereas if you use Discord, it's the sheer amounts of traffic, people, you know, wanting that quick like dopamine hit, if you know what I mean. So you know, that means some of the conversation on the dating apps can last a while, but they are worth it. If you know what you're doing, you can basically ask them for anything. Basically, you need help paying rent, maybe just money for groceries, or maybe a plane ticket or some gas money to meet up with them. Those are just a few examples. I don't recommend actually scheduling to meet up because of you're not actually seeing them and they will probably want a refund. So in short, Discord, sheer amounts of volume make a lot of sales but lower profit for each one. The apps, establishing relationships, and you know, just asking for high price things. So now this is what people don't talk about very often, is when you guys start making money, and you will, what do you do with it? Remember like how to actually build wealth. So first, this might seem kind of off topic, but you know, this is how I built my wealth to now close to 200K in total earnings. You know, you can argue that I've made more than actually putting in money that I made from Ewhoring, putting that into crypto, other investments, and growing it over time slowly. So if I were you, you know, I would start putting money in from Ewhoring. Let's say if I make a few $100s, I would put that into Litecoin. It's trading around, I think, 113-ish right now. And ideally, you guys have other sources of income on top of this. So, you know, whatever money you make, let's say from this, you know, I would just invest that. Again, I'm not giving you financial advice, you know, that's just what I did. And you guys can also invest in apps, which I highly recommend. So just text me Nitro and dating apps, you know, because a lot of them, they're not free to use. So, you know, you could use the free trials, but, you know, eventually you'll run out of people at some point. So if you're, like, say, making 500 or 1,000 bucks a month from doing this, you guys should put in at least $100 just for, you know, apps. Subscriptions, again, they're around like 20 to 30 bucks each usually. So, you know, you guys should sign up for a few of those. But not least, invest in your knowledge. You guys don't have to buy from me, even though I'm the most, in my opinion, reputable in this space. As far as complaints, we don't really get any, unlike some people, but that's for another video. But yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of Ewhoring. You know, I probably missed a few things, but you know, once you guys start actually doing it, you'll figure it out. Again, if you guys are in my VIP, you know, I'm basically like your training wheels, you know, to help you start making money and get started. As I said, no one does this the same way as each person. You know, everyone's different. So if you guys made it to the end of this video, I'm doing a special sale for a whole week. So if you're watching this early, use the code PLAGUE to get 50% off in the store page. But yeah, that's gonna be it, man. You know, get in the Discord and let me make you rich. Peace out.